This podcast isn't here to give you the answers. It's here to invite curiosity, to help you uncover the wisdom that's already within you. And my hope is that each episode leaves you with a question, one that only you can answer. Hi, I'm Duschanca, and I'm so excited to welcome you to Dear Curious Soul and to give you a taste of what this space is really about. At its heart, this podcast is an invitation to slow down, to soften, and to get curious about what's happening within you and in the world around you. In this podcast, I'm following my curiosity. For the past 10 years, I've been on what I can only describe as a journey of relearning, remembering, and releasing, while healing and growing along the way. I'm relearning how to connect with myself and the world around me. I'm remembering who I am beneath the roles, the stories, and the conditioning. And I'm releasing old patterns, old beliefs, and old identities I once thought were me. I've noticed that every time I learn something, it leads me to want to learn more, to explore more. And sometimes that exploration takes me down a very different path than I expected. But that's all part of the journey. Along the way, there are lessons. There are things I discover and realize I just need to learn more. And sometimes I feel, this isn't for me, or this isn't for me right now. And that might be your experience too. There may be episodes that don't resonate, that don't spark your curiosity immediately. And that's okay. Learning to trust your own discernment is just part of the journey. And sometimes all we need is for a little seed to be planted and allow it to grow and sprout at the right time. And then there may be other episodes that may just light something up inside of you immediately. Ones that make you pause and think, I need to listen to this more closely. All I ask is that you listen from that inner voice within you and follow your curiosity. Because curiosity helps us keep an open mind. It creates space. It allows for expansion. When we're curious, we explore. We begin to see things from a different point of view instead of staying stuck in what we think we already know. Curiosity asks questions like, what if? What if there's another way of seeing this? What if the possibilities are wider than I imagined? We don't always know what the outcome will be, and curiosity is okay with that. Curiosity says, I don't need certainty right now. I'm open to imagining what the possibilities could be. Curiosity invites us to try new things, whether that's traveling to new places, exploring new hobbies, tasting new foods, or unlocking parts within ourselves we may not even realize are there. When we were children, we were endlessly curious. We asked questions about everything because we wanted to understand the world around us. So at what point did our curiosity begin to fade? When did we stop wondering? And why? Now, let's talk about curiosity when it comes to healing and growing. For a long time, many of us have been taught to believe that there's only one way. The answers live outside of us, that someone else always knows best. And while guidance, structure, and support absolutely have their place, there's also a quiet shift happening. More and more people are becoming curious about different ways of understanding themselves and their healing. We're taking back our power and realizing that the power has always been within us. What I find so interesting is that many of these practices and approaches aren't new at all. They're often the most natural and accessible ones. Practices and perspectives that have been around for thousands of years, reminding us to slow down, listen, and reconnect with ourselves and the natural world. Curiosity invites us to ask different questions. What if there's another way to meet this challenge I'm facing? What if this experience is trying to show me something, highlighting an imbalance in my thoughts, my emotions, or the way I relate to myself? What if I allowed myself to look at this from a different perspective? Curiosity keeps the door open. It allows us to be open to new ideas, new ways of thinking and understanding and healing. It allows us to explore without pressure, to listen without judgment, and to notice what's happening within us without fear or dismissal. Curiosity creates wonder, and wonder can open the door to miracles. So ask yourself, is there something you could be more curious about? Is there a situation or a challenge you're moving through at the moment where curiosity might help? And how could you begin to meet it with curiosity? I truly believe we are here on this beautiful planet to help one another in many ways, to support each other's growth, healing, and expansion. And I've noticed that every time I learn something new, whether it's a different way of thinking, a new modality, or a new practice, I feel this deep urge to share it. When something has genuinely helped me, I want to pass it on. I want to talk about it, I want to explore it, and I want to offer it to anyone that it resonates with. I've also been known to create handouts for my friends and family. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an expert. I'm simply a curious soul, learning, growing, and sharing in a way I hope feels real, grounded, and easy to embody. Dear Curious Soul was born from a deep desire to share what I am learning, the things that are supporting me on my own journey, in the hopes that they might also support you on yours. So I want to give you a heartfelt thank you for listening with an open mind, a kind heart, and your dear curious soul. And if you would like to support the podcast, please consider sharing this episode with someone who feels like the right person. It may be exactly what they need to hear in this moment on their path. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the whispers of your soul. Take care.